My goodness. Stop it. Okay, alright, let me just fix this because my lips are starting to get dry. I don't ever do things like this, but you know, it's fine. If anyone wants to know what pencil I'm using on my lips, even though no one really cares to ask, I'm going to tell you anyway, just because I can, okay? It is MAC. It's my MAC pencil in the shade Chestnut. Like one of my favorite ones, and I don't actually do it often. And I've got Fawn concealer just in the middle, just to get my lip shade like this for today. Here we are. Hi guys. Hello babies. Hello. Damn. Hi guys. Hey my loves. Hi babies. So we're back. We're back for another video, of course. So in this video specifically, I really want to talk about the importance of not having expectations on other people, but having expectations on yourself. It's so important because one thing that I've come to realize in life, especially the older I get, the more I realize it, the more you expect things from people, the more you're going to disappoint yourself, the more you're going to give yourself heartache, the more you start to do things and think it's them when really and truly it's yourself. Sometimes when you expect someone to show up for you in the way you'd show up for them, and they don't meet that mark, then you end up left disappointed. You end up feeling dissatisfied, or in a way kind of resenting them for it because they didn't meet up to the standard that you gave them, but really and truly you sabotaged them in your mind. They didn't actually do anything wrong to you. It's you did it to yourself. Placing expectations on anyone at all in life is a risk. It's literally a risk. Either success or disappointment. It's good or it's bad. Like, genuinely, you can't expect people to show up for you in the way you would show up for them. Like, no one is you. And that's your superpower. That is really your superpower. My mum always says, expect nothing and appreciate everything. It's so important. And as I got older, I started to realize how important this saying really, really is. So for example, once you trade your expectation for appreciation, then your viewpoint on the world will instantaneously, is that the right word to use? Instantaneously change. I think that's the right word. Say instantaneously. Alexa, what does instantaneously mean?
Instantaneously is an adverb usually defined as without any delay, in an instantaneous.
I was right. Let me say that again. So once you change your expectations for appreciation, your viewpoint on the world will instantaneously change. One thing about expecting something from people, like for example, if I'm paying you, that's a different thing altogether. I'm expecting you to do this amount of work, or I'm expecting you to do this because I'm paying you for it. I'm giving you something of my pocket for you to then give back. Then I have a certain expectation. I'm expected to expect things from you, and that's perfectly fine. However, in a friendship circle, in the aspect of having the people around you, your friends, your family, whoever, there's an expectation there that your family does owe you loyalty, but no one owes you shit. No one owes you nothing. No one. Okay, let's say, for example, if you have come to me when it comes to work, when it comes to extra work, when it comes to being in the industry, whether it comes to working in retail, a job, anything at all, and you have said you'll commit to this, your word is your word, I will set expectations based on that because I have your word. Therefore, that warrants me to have my expectation because you said you'll commit to this. That's different. That's a completely different thing. However, with my friends, I can't expect people to pull up for me the way I pull up for them. I can't. And don't get it twisted. There are people that I would have expectations on because I genuinely know them so much that I can trust that I can have this expectation and it will come to fruition. I can expect that because they've proved enough for me over the years, that they've been there for me, that they've ridden and died for me, literally, to the point that I can say that I can trust and expect that from them. But a lot of people, half the time, you can't have that certain expectation. They don't owe you anything, even down to my own mum. My mum don't owe me anything, but I know she'll pull through because we've built these years on trust. She knows I can pull out for her, and I will pull out for her the same way she'll pull out for me too. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's for certain people, you can have that certain understanding and level of comfortability to be able to trust people to that extent, but not everyone is warranted to have that trust. And you can't trust anyone, because you're always gonna let yourself literally be disappointed, heartbroken, and feeling shit. And you don't want that. We don't want that for you. We don't want that, because it's not the case at all. Do you know what I mean? No. So for example, my younger friends that I have, they do these things. To them, it's a little thing. To me, it's major, because I didn't expect it anyway. So when they want to come to me, they want to, they tell me they've bought me something. Like, two of my friends, I call them my babies, it's so bad, but two of them, random times, bought me donuts. And I'm just like, why'd you do that? If I expected it, I'm not going to be grateful. My gratitude will be on an all-time low. But because I didn't anticipate and I didn't expect it, it meant that much more to me, because they actually did something so little for me. What they think is little, but to me, it's quite a big deal. Do you know what I mean? Or one of my friends don't let me pay for things, and it's like, bruv, like, we're gonna fight, yeah? Or even my other friend, we went out for dinner and she surprised me with a drink. Or, oh my God, or even the same friend, yeah, oh my God, I was so tired one day, and literally, I was craving cookie dough, and I don't even know why. I have such a sweet tooth, you guys. I have a major sweet tooth. I always eat sweets, it's so bad. But I have such a major sweet tooth, and this day I was craving cookie dough really, really badly. And she came and surprised me and picked me up from work. We drove to some location, I don't know where we went, and then we ended up getting that creams. And I was like, oh, stop it. She bought me a little mini rain nephew. And I was like, these are the sort of little things, like, I can only ever appreciate these things because I was not anticipating or expecting it. And it's like, this is the thing, like, I can really appreciate the people I have around me when they do these things, because they do it without even me thinking about it or realizing it or even wanting it. They do it because they want to show me that they love me. Might not tell me they love me, but they show me in so many ways. And this is why I appreciate the friends I have. Or even one friend that must have asked, they're like, oh, what powder you use on your face? Like, because it looks really good, because she can cry and literally there's nothing on, like, there's no streaks or anything. So I'm like, what the hell is she using on her skin? Literally, like, a few days later, she got me a gift. I don't know what this gift was. And then not a few days later, I think it might have been actually, it could have been a week later. It couldn't have been a few days later. It was probably a week or two later. And she got me a gift. I'm like, why did you buy this for me? It's not even my birthday. And it was the powder that she uses on her skin, on her, to bake. And I'm just like, oh, but why? Like, why? You see what I'm saying? And this is why I feel like in my heart, if you change expectations to appreciation, I'm telling you, things just come to you very, very naturally. When you expect things to happen, you're always going to be left disappointed somewhere. And I think it's really important to understand that you need to change that dynamic. You need to change it. The only person you can expect things from is yourself. I do expect things from myself. I do, as I'm getting older and as I'm learning more, really realizing that I have much more, so much more that I have not even found in myself. I have so much more that I need to learn within myself. I have to start expecting myself to show up for myself, because if I can't show up for myself, how am I going to show up for other people? And how dare I show up for other people more than I show up for myself? That's not right. That's not okay. How dare I show up for people way more than I show up for myself? That's disrespectful to me. And for me, I'm not trying to do that anymore, which is why I'm trying to prioritize myself. I say I'm trying. I am prioritizing myself a lot more. I have to, because once I'm good and I am centered and I get myself in that state of mind where I know I can do this, nothing or anyone can say to me can deter my mind frame and the way I feel towards myself. So really and truly what you're saying is void. I don't really give. I don't care. Because what I think about me is so much more important than what anyone else says about me. People can think that I'm not going to do this, I'm going to do that. I know. But the thing is, God has put something inside of me that these people don't understand or can see. But as long as I can see it and he can see it and we're working together to make it happen, they can part like the Red Sea, my guy, because you're going to see it and watch me work. Simple as that. And this is why it's important to expect things from yourself. Other people, yourself, understandably, because you're the only one that's got you in this process. I'm so sorry if you heard that spray. I have a spray that sprays in the living room. My mum. Like, I have so many layers of myself. And as a human, you have so many layers to yourself, so many different dimensions that you have within yourself. And each and every friend that you attract, especially on a soulful level, when you know you have your tribe, your clique, each and every friend that you have will cater to a different dimension within yourself. All of your friends are an extension of who you are, which is why sometimes it's hard to mix your friends, because you can't really mix like the cray you with the quiet you. It's a bit of a weird one. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. That noise is really annoying. My goodness. But yeah, so that's a good example for me. So I know full well that if I'm in a very deep thought and I don't know how to articulate myself, and sometimes you just need an ear, I know the exact friends I would go to for that, because there's a specific star sign. I'm about to mention star signs. I'm so sorry. I know if I need a really good ear to listen to, but they can deep things on a whole nother level, I know I have my Pisces people for that. I know full well that if I just want to go out and have fun, I have my Aries people for that. I know full well that if I need someone to listen to me and on a deeper level of understanding that I can't really get to in my brain, because I'm already in my emotions, I can't really put the two together, I know I have a certain set of friends for that. I know full well that if I want to be comforted more so, I have those kind of friends for that. I know for someone that who can push me and just keep pushing me and tell me how it is, I have my friend for that. I have a friend for every single angle, every single feeling I have within myself. And this is why it's important to appreciate your friends and the way they are. Because when you appreciate them, you can understand them on a deeper level, that you know how they can cater to you, I can cater to them. If I have an expectation of every single friend in the same kind of dynamic, I'm always going to be left dry. It can be tricky sometimes, I can't lie. It's hard not to expect things from people, and I know it sounds easy, but it's also quite hard at the same time. The only thing that I feel like I do tend to expect from the people that's around me, and it's so important for me because of how I used to live my life back in the day, is I expect you to speak things positively into existence. I think that's the biggest thing for me. You have to speak positive, because for me, the universe can hear everything we say. That literally what you say in this world will come back. Your thoughts can project. It's a real thing. Speaking things into existence is real. And for me, I don't want to hear like anything that's negative. It's okay that you feel in this way, like you feel like in a negative way, but don't speak it into existence. But to say I am negative, no, we're not doing that. You don't do that. You feel negative. You're not negative. Does that make sense? I don't want you to say I am ugly. My God, you're not ugly. You feel ugly. I used to speak like this to myself when I was younger. This is why I'm so like, positive affirmations is a real thing for me. And I think you need to keep saying it, because it's really important to understand that the way you speak, you're not unconsciously programming your mind to believe what you're saying. So if you keep saying these negative thoughts on yourself, you're genuinely going to start thinking these negative thoughts to the point where your whole body is oozing the negativity, to the point where you become bad vibes. I don't want to be around people that are bad vibes, no. Even if I don't feel beautiful, my guy, I am beautiful. Not just because of the way I look, but because of the way I am. The way I cater to myself, the way I cater to people, the way I am with people, the way I want to nurture people, the way I want to help people, the way I genuinely want to radiate light, the way I want people to feel about themselves, the way I want people to feel empowered, the way I want to do all these things makes me beautiful. It's not just about looks. My guy, looks fade. Looks fade, okay? Don't know about mine, but looks do fade. Sonia, you can't say that. I got my looks from my mama. God, I'm not gonna say that she ugly, because she ain't ugly. She fine as hell. The fuck? Sorry. Why am I like this? Looks fade. With the person you love, innit? Not my friends, though. Not my mum either. Like, I don't know where looks fade. I know in a relationship, looks will end up fading because it's like, bruv, if you piss me off, yeah, your looks will only get you so far. Because believe me, my pettiness is so much more stronger than your looks that it will start to fade. You see what I'm saying? That's what I mean when I say looks fade. But looks don't really fade. They do, but they don't. You know? It's important for my friends to speak positively. It's really, that's the one expectation I do have. And I'm going to really correct you. And I'm going to keep correcting you. Even my mum does it all the time. For example, she's the one that taught me, you never declare brokenness. Never, ever declare brokenness. You're financially challenged. And ever since then, I've been teaching my friends that ever since. And even my cousin, he will say like, yeah, I'm financially challenged. You don't say you're broke because, my guy, you're not broke. I'm sorry, are you on the street? I'm sorry, are you like homeless? Are you under a shelter? Do you have food to drink, food to drink? Am I all right? My guy, you're not broke. Okay, you've got water to drink, you've got food to eat, you've got a roof over your head, you've got water to bathe in, you've got a bed to sleep in, you've got clothes on your back, you've got money for transport, you can get to work, you get paid. You are not broke. You're not broke. So don't say you're broke. Because in my mind, broke is poor. That's the way I see the words. I don't think you can you just say financially challenged. It just sounds nicer, okay? Or a plain example is I'm starting to realize even now more so that speaking richness into your life is such a big thing. And I think people that believe richness is declared based on status and finances are probably the most narrow-minded people possible. These noises are going to piss me off, I can't lie to you. Because I truly believe richness and being rich comes from being rooted and centered into who you truly are and being authentic to who you're actually are meant to be and being happy and content with this feeling. That creates abundance. That is rich. Not because of finances you're rich. That you can attract finances. You can attract so much riches once you really are speaking and really are whole within yourself. That's a rich feat. That is rich. I know my mum is a rich woman. She's a very rich woman. My best friend is a very rich woman. 100%. My babies are learning and they're becoming rich in their own right. I'm on the way to richness. It's not declared by finances, babes. I know Capricorns very, very much disagree with what I'm saying, but that's a fact. It doesn't stem from your stability around you. It stems from who you are as a person, and that will naturally control your environment. And that's why it's so important to be whole within yourself. It's so important to give yourself the beauty of dedicating time and prioritizing yourself and making sure that you're working from the overflow and giving back to others and not working from a place of emptiness, because then you have nothing. These things are so important, like super, super important. Baby, start to live your life in a way that you expect the unexpected. Release the control. Be present in the moment. Live for not knowing the outcome. Be comfortable with the uncomfortable. Honestly, trust yourself enough that you know you'll follow the right path regardless. I don't think there's ever really a wrong or a right path of life, because there are so many avenues. Just because if I'm trying to get to central London from here, there are so many routes I can take to get to central London. We all take different routes to get there. Doesn't mean we don't get to where we need to get to in central London. We just come to find different paths. I might go on a detour and go left or go right. Either way, I'm expecting myself to get to central London. Regardless of how I get there, I'm going to get there. And how I get there, it's not up to me. It can be up to me, but there's always detours along the way. Sometimes buses go on strike. Sometimes there's no bus and you have to find another route. Things can happen all the time. But trust yourself that you're going to follow the right path regardless to get to that point that you need to get to. That you can expect. But also trust the unexpected and trust the process. And enjoy it. It's hard. It's hard, Life is hard sometimes. It's hard, but it's worth it in the end. It really is. Yeah. I feel like once you start to live your life in a way that your mind is so much more in control, but you can really control your mind. People allow their minds to control them. But when you think about the human body and the way we are created, we can control our minds. We have so much more control than we think we do. And this is why I say what I say and act how I act and do what I do. Because it gives me more strength, and it gives me more encouragement to know that I have more strength than I think I have within me. I can expect certain things to happen in my life. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but I can expect myself to pull up and show up for myself because I deserve that. And I feel anyone that really does expect better for themselves, you need to have that certain standard. You set your standards high on yourself, and you keep going higher, and you keep striving for higher than what you set on yourself. But don't allow anyone to be on that same bar, because it's not realistic. So this is where we have to drop the bar. However, when you know what you're worth, and you know when you get to that bar in your life and you know your standards, then of course, then you start to raise that bar and what you expect from others. People shouldn't treat you better than you treat yourself. At all. When it comes to someone I'm dating, because of my dating history, right? My standard never used to be that high. And it shows. God forgive me. Some of them, not all of them. Some of them. Now, I view myself so much more highly than people could ever imagine. Like, none of these people would ever had a chance or day with me. No. Like, I used to settle for crumbs because I never used to think I was deserving of the whole loaf. Now that I know I'm deserving of the whole loaf, I'm low-key quite nervous. Because what if this whole loaf is everything and more? And I'm just going to be like, oh, okay, that's lovely, isn't it? You're going to make God laugh, tell him your plans. It's so important to trust yourself in this process of what we call life. Because life is not easy. And it's never going to be one straight road. It's going to be many, many roads, many, many blockages, and things are going to be pushing you left and right. Doesn't mean you're not going to get to your destination, though. Appreciate the people that you end up talking to, because the people that you even get to encounter, you never know. There's a reason why people are in your life. Certain people are not meant to be there. Some people are meant to be there. But some people that you didn't even know are meant to be there, you'll find out. The people that are actually a blessing, you will find out. People that are God-given to your life to mentor you in life, whether there be prophet. There are so many people, even angels. Angels are real. Their earth angels are real. They're all real. And they're all going to send you messages and signs. But whether you choose to listen to that or not is up to you. Of course, not everyone believes in that. And that's perfectly fine. I do. And this is why I can always expect that every day I'm going to see a sign. Because I love God and God loves me. I'm a God-fearing person, and I'm still growing on that. And I make mistakes every single day, but I can expect to know that God loves me. That's an expectation that I know I'm still working on that, because sometimes I feel like, oh, how can God love me? I made a mistake. I did this, I did that. But at the same time, he knows me. Sometimes we as humans can't accept ourselves. That's the issue. I can accept the fact that I'm not perfect. And I love that, because God is. And I'm not. And this is why I need him. I really do. I need him, like, so much. But anyway, it's my video. It's been my video. You know what? Yeah, when people... Can you see that? See, before I had to do this, right? Now... I don't know why I'm like this. I need to get off. Anyways, but I really do hope you like my video. I really, really pray that you got something out of it. Please, if you like my video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share. And I will see you soon.